Welcome to the 28th episode of Generation Gap Book Reviews. I'm Christy the Mom,
And I'm Lena the Dada.
and in this episode we are going to be reviewing Escape from Mr. Lemoncello'S Library,
Bye.
Chris Grabenstein.
Good job.
It's the first in a series. We're only going to talk about the first one now, although he did recently finish the series, and you
I
haven't
still
finished
haven't
it.
finished it.
So, you knew about this book before me? Didn't you recommend it to me?
I do not recall at all. What do you remember?
I remember you recommending it to me.
But, like, where did I find it?
I don't know. Where did you find anything?
I read this before I was actually reading, didn't I?
Yeah, you were, let's see here. Yeah, okay. My 10-year-old daughter convinced me to read this book.
Oh.
And by convinced, I mean pushed, cajoled, and pestered me until I got to it.
Yeah, that was 5 years ago. I don't remember that at all. But maybe it was, like, around the same time I first read Click Here to Start.
Yeah,
And
probably.
I probably
That was
found
during
it somehow.
your first attempt at being a reader, and then you kind
Yeah.
of like dropped off for a while. How you found out about it? It might have just been at the library or something. I really
Library
don't
or Dad bought it, no, wait.
know. We didn't own it at first.
We didn't own Click Here to Start either. Why did I find that book? Did Dad find it? Because I probably wasn't. I mean, maybe I was looking for books. I don't know. I was 10 years old. I don't remember 10-year-old me. That was 5 years ago.
But you, by the time I even read the first one, you had already read the first 4 books.
Really?
That's what my blog, my review about
Man,
it says. She's read the first 4 books in the series and was ridiculously excited to find out that a 5th one came out a few months ago.
Wow, I don't remember that at all. We're learning new things today.
So apparently 5 years ago, you read it, loved it, and pushed me to read it.
Wow.
So this book is about an 11-year, I think he's 11?
I think he's 11.
Because I think all of the kids are 11, that's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
11-year-old Kyle Keeley, who is he's a gamer. He plays a lot of board games, like really intensely into board games. And the board games he loves the most are all made by a man named Luigi Limoncello.
I forgot his first name is Luigi.
I think I mostly remember it because of the prequel. Anyway, and Mr. Limoncello is actually from his small town in Ohio, where Kyle lives, and as part of his sort of giving back to the community he grew up in, I think, Mr. Limoncello is donating a lot of money to redesign the library, and when the library is ready to open, he presents a game in the library that all local 11-year-olds can enter to win a spot, I guess. I think that's how it is, because he had to write an essay.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's supposed to be like an overnighter competition game at the library.
And guess what? They have to escape from the library.
You mean like how like the title?
Like the title. What's that crazy? That's crazy.
Oh, he was 12. I should have looked at my entire.
Sorry, we so scratch everything about 11 and pretend there's 12 there.
Scratch
instead.
the
Thank
entire
you.
synopsis as it relates to the age of the kids, and they're
Yes.
actually 12 years old, not 11. Okay. So what did you like about the book, Lena?
I like that they're mostly strangers, right? They're mostly.
Well, I mean, they all go to. I think in this book they all go to school together.
But they don't like know each other.
But some of them don't really know each other.
Yeah.
The ones that do, either they're friends or they don't like each other.
Yeah. But that's interesting. That all is interesting. Like.
They all at least know who each other is, though.
Well, just like getting to know each other.
Okay.
That's what I mean.
Okay.
And then like the puzzles are interesting. I don't remember them that well.
Because it actually shows you the puzzles like that they're trying to solve in this book.
It does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I remember a lot of rebus puzzles. The pictogram kind of rebus puzzles, not the other kind of rebus puzzles. Because for some crazy, confusing reason, there's 2 kinds of rebus puzzles. One is where every word is represented by a picture, and the other is that kind of thing where it's like, the word miss is under the word stand, and it means misunderstand. Those kind of puzzles, they're all called rebus puzzles, and it can be confusing to talk about which one you mean. Anything else?
No, I can't really think of anything else. Just so you know. No, you
Doesn't
go.
sound like someone who loves it so much that they forced me to read it.
Well, okay, I was 10 years old when I actually read it. I read the comic like 2 years ago. I barely remembered it, so I had to
What about
flip
the
through the
movie?
book.
Anyway, we'll get there.
There's a movie?
And you watched it.
I don't.
Wow. Man, okay, all right. All right, we'll get there. I don't know that I knew it was really going to be more like it was going to be like an escape room. I know it's called Escape from Mr. Lemoncello's Library, but that doesn't mean escape room. And I don't remember it being billed as an escape room book anywhere, which by the way is probably a good thing because almost every book that I've read where it tells you it's about escape rooms, it's not a good book, at least for people who are really into escape rooms, because it's just hard to capture that in a book. And people usually they try to go some weird direction with it that just doesn't actually make any sense if you know escape rooms. Anyway, but I feel like this is one of the few books that have actually felt like an escape room in a book, and
Mhm.
that's because it's a bit fantastical.
Oh
Like
yeah. I mean,
I
there's
think it's all
holo.
supposed to be like technology, but there are things that are definitely not technology we really have right now, like a lot of holograms and just ways that things worked in the library that is just a little futuristic.
Mhm.
Not so much that I've ever thought to call it sci-fi or anything, but that's I think what made it work. That they could make those elements work in an escape puzzly kind of setting because of the fact that like in a way Mr. Limoncello could like pretty much do make anything he wanted to happen.
Mhm.
And that was really cool. I mean, it was if you're not feeling like this needs to be realistic and it's not, it's just pure fun. It was
Mhm.
just a lot of fun to read.
Yeah.
What I said about this story after I read it is that it was like Willy Wonka meets escape rooms,
Uh-huh.
which is perfect. I mean, that's right up my alley. And an escape room played in a 3-story library plus the basement. I mean, how jealous are you of these
I want
kids?
that library.
Right.
I wish our library was that cool.
You mean the one here in our town or the one in our house?
No, in our town. I mean,
Well, both, I guess,
I mean both. But like, I was thinking about our town.
And then I also noted that I felt like the characters, I'm going to pull a U on saying this, but I really felt like the characters all had like distinct different personalities, at least the main ones. Maybe
Yeah.
not all down to the last little one that's mentioned, but all of the main ones at least. It was just fun.
It was fun.
Now, is there anything you can remember that you didn't like about it?
Not really.
I can say I have one thing to say, and I have to remember because like as the series went on, my enjoyment diminished a bit. But I do think that at the very least, in the first book, I would roll my eyes now and then at there was one character, one or two, at
Uh,
least one character who seemed to know the Dewey Decimal System, like
uh,
have it memorized, and I just don't think that's very realistic for a 12-year-old.
yeah.
Like not just to have it memorized, like know what's in each section, I and there was at least one. I feel like multiple of the kids just knew books way too well for a 12-year-old. It was a little ridiculous. I'm actually kind of going back to what we liked. Do you remember? I mean, like this book, how he references other books
Yeah, that's
all
cool.
throughout it.
I like that. That's
And
cool.
so you can be like, oh, I know that book. Oh, I know that book. And then I'm pretty sure When You Reach Me, the first place I ever heard about it was in
Yeah.
that book. Al Capone Does My Shirts.
Al Capone knows my
Definitely
shirts.
heard about that from the first time from this book.
Yes.
When You Reach Me might have been in a different book in this series, but it was definitely in there. And I can't
It
think I
was
hadn't already
in. I
read
know
it.
it was in the comic for the first book, but I don't remember.
Well, then
I
it
think it
probably
was
was in the
also
book
in
too.
the book.
And
Yeah.
but yeah, and that anyway. So that's kind of a little fun extra thing, especially if you're a reader, especially of younger audience books, because they are
Yeah.
mostly, if not completely, books for kids or teens. So who do you recommend this book to? Who do you think should read it?
Kids and teens and people.
You always put like the low cap on it, and then you're not trying to say nobody that's an
No, I
adult
always
can read
say
it.
that's.
Yeah, I think especially people who like games of any kind, puzzles,
Mhm.
reading books. But
Yes.
I also think that because Kyle Keeley, the main character, isn't really a reader, and he's actually
If you
he's
like
in
board games.
he's into board games and video games, which I think gives that connection to people who are reading the book who aren't as much into books, because he is actually struggling with not knowing everything as much about the books that
Mhm.
are involved in this as the rest of his friends and the other kids that are playing the game. So I think that gives us kind of a connection to people who are reading it who aren't as much into the books and puzzles
Mhm.
themselves. So I actually feel like this could be the kind of a book that might not be bad for like a reluctant reader too, because it's
Mhm.
just like I said. I know I've said this a few times, but it's just fun.
It's fun.
It is fun.
Did you know, Mom? It's fun.
What rating do you give it?
5 stars.
Yeah, me too. It was a great first book to the series. I just wish the rest of the series. Now, I'm not saying the rest of the series is bad. And you liked it more than the rest of them more than me.
Mhm.
But I just felt like it started to get repetitive, and yeah. pretty much just repetitive. But then book 5, I felt like
You liked that
the
more
enjoyment of the first book all really
because
came
it was
back, and then it
different.
ends with book 6, and it's a good series overall. I really can't complain about the overall series.
Yeah.
And they are coming out with graphic novels of the books. They have
Mhm.
already the first one already came out like a year ago or so. The second one's coming out pretty soon here. We read the first one, and it was fun. So something I forgot to mention, but I thought of it with this,
Hmm.
is Chris Grabenstein tends to put puzzles into his books. Like each of his books has like a puzzle for
Mhm.
you to try to solve as you're reading it. And if you're reading it when it's still new enough, you can send in the answer and maybe be entered to win some kind of prize. I don't remember. The first several I didn't read when they were new enough. And then the graphic novel also had
I had
a special
puzzle.
puzzle to try to solve as you're reading
I'll
it
read
too.
this.
So yeah, and I feel like that's a really fun added thing to do. He adds an extra dimension to his books by putting a puzzle that's meant for the reader to solve.
Yeah.
And yes, they did make a movie of the first one. You
Yes.
watched it.
I must have.
What I remember is that you were not impressed with it.
Oh, really?
But I did not watch it with you because I didn't think it was gonna be very good, so I didn't
I
care
don't
enough.
remember a movie like at all because I can't picture a movie in my head. That's impressive.
They make a lot of books into movies. Sometimes you might think this would be great as a movie, and sometimes I feel like books just don't lend themselves well to movies.
Mhm.
I think the Mr. Lemoncello character is a little too much like larger than life to really
Yeah.
capture him in a realistic setting, but you know, that's just me maybe. But
Mhm.
if you weren't impressed with the movie and I never even cared enough to watch it, then maybe that's saying something. All right, well I think that's it for this book, right?
Yep. Thank you very much for watching and listening to our podcast. Join us next time when we shall be reviewing The Maze Runner by James Dashner.
Until next time, I'm Christy,
And I'm Lena.
and this is Generation
Generation
Gap
Gap
Book
Book
Reviews.
Reviews.